Hello everyone, welcome back. This is COVIDEO blog number 28. It is great to see you. Hope you're doing okay where you are. So in the last video, we looked at the issue around protests and racism and all the stuff that's flying around at the moment in our country and actually around the world, and how that relates to coronavirus as well and the risks that are there. Now, the one question that kind of came up from that video, following that video, for myself and for others as well, is how we can now move from that to doing something positive. How can we actually do something to help tackle racism? Because it's all well and good pointing out that yes, there is an issue, but unless you actually follow that up with action, follow that up with things that we can actually do, then it doesn't really achieve anything. So I'm going to show you a video by Obioma Ugoala, who is an actor and a writer, and he's got a few things that you might find interesting, things that you could possibly do to help deal with the issue of racism.
So, you don't like racism, but you live in the UK and feel powerless to do anything. My name is Obioma Ugoala. I'm an actor and a writer. Over the past few weeks, I've had several conversations with friends of mine horrified at the events unfolding in the United States and unsure how to show their solidarity. This is a brief video offering a few suggestions. Firstly, let's acknowledge that global anti-blackness is a real thing. It manifests differently in different countries, but it has been an economic driving force for centuries. This is a fact, not an attack. Secondly, the UK has a history of atrocious crimes, from near or actual genocide to the pillaging of nations' natural resources. We can only move past this fact if we address it. We haven't, don't, and must. The question then is why? To Kill a Mockingbird and Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry are wonderful books for children and young adults. However, that they are the few books used to discuss racism in a UK classroom begins the lifelong myth that racism is a US problem. You can study history from the age of 7 to 21 in the UK classroom and never have to go into any depth about the UK's role in colonising and depriving nations of their freedoms, rights and resources. It is a glaring hole not only in our children's education, but by proxy, ours. As an adult, how can we begin to plug these gaps in our collective educational knowledge? The following book suggestions may offer a starting point, honestly telling Britain's past, present, and where we might go from here. First up is the Sunday Times bestseller, British, on Race, Identity and Belonging by F. Hirsch. Next is the award-winning Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo-Lodge. Following that is hip-hop artist and writer Akala's Natives, Race and Class in the Ruins of Empire. And finally is science writer and broadcaster Dr. Adam Rutherford's How to Argue with a Racist. And now for some frequently asked questions. Is Black Lives Matter only about the police? No, unfortunately not. So, whilst taser usage on black Londoners is 4 times that of their white counterparts, it extends further than just the justice system. Black Caribbean children, for instance, are 3.5 times more likely to be excluded at primary, secondary and special schools than all other peoples, whilst Premier League football players are to this day still suffering racist monkey chants that many had thought left back in the 1980s. Does this apply to me? I'm not racist. I don't see colour, I just see the person. We need you to see colour. If you can't or won't, how can you be an effective ally? How can you hear if somebody is making racist comments or see if your colleague is giving your black co-worker a hard time? In the words of Angela Davis, it is not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti-racist. And so, for anybody who wants to be an ally to the cause, I would offer these 4 suggestions. Firstly, educate yourself and others. That could be a book, a film, or a podcast. It could be your friend, lover, colleague, or children. Secondly, listen to, commission, and pay your black artists, writers, and speakers. Statements like, "you will be paid in exposure," will no longer wash and are not true allyship. Thirdly, speak up. Be that using your platform on social media, calling out your colleagues' missteps, or writing to your MP when you witness an injustice. You have more power than you know. It is very easy for brands, newspapers, and TV companies to tweet a hashtag, but your money speaks, so demand more. And lastly, accept that you will get it wrong sometimes. None of us are born knowing all of the answers. The writer Obioma Ugoala says the beauty of anti-racism is that you don't have to pretend to be free from racism to be anti-racist. Anti-racism is the commitment to fight racism wherever you find it, even if that's in yourself. So, I would offer, be brave in your humility. As the saying goes, this is not a moment, it's a movement. And the struggle continues tomorrow.
Hope you found that video helpful and interesting. And we did talk about racism a little bit at the last Zoom session, and it is something over the coming weeks and months that we'll continue to talk about a little bit, because it isn't something that's going to go away overnight, and it is something that we all need to work on in this country, but also in the world as well. It is Monday, which is our competition winner announcement day, but we didn't actually have any entries this week. So what we're doing is we're having another rollover week, and that means that there is now going to be a £20 Amazon gift card on offer, which will be announced next Monday. So we've got another week until Sunday to produce something for our photo challenge. And if you remember, it is something to do with perspective. And here is the information that you need to know, and you can send that to the Instagram page, or you can message that on the WhatsApp group, or get your parents to email that to me. And as I said, the winner will be announced next Monday, and you will win a £20 Amazon gift card. So take care where you are. Hope to see you soon. Bye.